Okay. Hey, girls. How you doing?
Good.
Um, so today, we have our first counseling session, and first let's go off and introduce each other. I'm Rakenyon, the counselor, and you are
Ashanti.
Lisa, the mom.
the mom, and Ashanti is your daughter. Okay. And so today, do we have any particular issue or subject or matter that we want to speak on today?
Communicating to each other and trust.
Okay, communication between one another and trust. So, could you go kind of further in detail when you say communication?
To come to each other and tell them like whatever we feel like we need to tell them, and don't keep it away from each other.
Okay. And did you want to elaborate anything about trust?
Oh yeah. For her to trust me on different levels, but I know that I gotta show her, that I can be trusted first before I do.
So, what about you?
Yes. She pretty narrow, and she can. It's major trust issue after trying to trust her and giving her some rope and erasing things and saying, "Well, Shanta, we're gonna start back over from the beginning." And I said, "I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna wipe the slate clean. Give her some rope. Some of the things that she expressed she want to do." I let her, and it seems like every time I let her, she proved me wrong.
So okay, Shanti, listening to what your mother just said, how do you think that makes your mom feel if you could just put yourself in her shoes for that one moment right there when she said that?
I would feel the same way, kind of, but differently. Like, I'll handle it in a different situation.
Okay, how would you handle
it? In a different way. Like, yes, I wouldn't trust her then, but I'll try to gain her trust back by, talking to her and, like, communicating,
So that one of the things you're saying, you feel like mom isn't really fully communicating.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like she kind of shuts down and just...
Like, at a certain point. Like, she tried to communicate, but sometimes I don't want to communicate with her because I wouldn't be in the mood right then. But then again, she still need to keep trying to communicate.
Okay. So you saying kind of because you're the teenager and whatever issues you're going through, you feel like by her being a mom, she needed to not give up on you. Is that... Do you went?
Can you say how many times have I communicated and tried? Oh, this give up the least amount over and over and over techniques from displaying stuff on YouTube, making you do research. And
Mom, that's not communicating.
That ain't communicating.
No, you just telling me to look up stuff so I can do it on my own. You have to communicate to me like this, like what we doing right now.
Okay, you got me on that.
Okay, so that's one of the issues.
I was a teacher. Yeah.
So she's telling you what she needs from you, mom.
Yeah, she was a teacher. She wasn't a listener. She don't listen.
Okay. So do you think that's okay? Let's look at it from a perspective of how you two can become effective, or you, mom, effective listener and communicator.
I think I can become a effective listener once she's proved herself that she's willing to change.
Okay, and what are the ways she needs to do that? Like, what ways have you communicated that to her?
Have I communicated that to you, John?
You told me.
Yeah, I said that if you do certain things. I said, if you show me, what was the main thing I was concerned about that you had to do that? My main concern was
change.
No, for go to school.
Just keep my grades up and do my own
stuff. Is that not the most really required out of you? For the most part, your grades. What else, man? Tell me.
Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I just realized what you just said.
Did you do it?
To a certain extent.
Okay. When it came to the support, everything, have I not supported you in every area? If you needed help, if I wasn't there to help you, did I not make sure you get help? And did I sit down and talk to you? I said certain things that I did not know until I got older and realized. And I told you about things I went through, what I experienced, some personal stuff. Did I not do that?
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about the trusting part. Do you feel like you tell me a little bit more about the trust issue?
As far as the trust issue, I have a issue with when you trust somebody, try to believe in them, and they keep right on each time. Back to back. It's not like it happened one time, then a little way.
Can you give us or give me an example? So I can kind of know where you're coming from.
Example. Let's say about what's that stuff on the phone? The social media, different kind of social media. I told her when she got the ninth grade that I would allow her to have some social media, but I was gonna be her friend, and told her like what kind of friends or people that falling out and how things would happen and you can get in a fight, like explain all that kind of stuff.
So basically, you're talking about like social media and how it can spill over into like school or
and I had certain boundaries with her cell phone, trusting her with the cell phone that there's certain boundaries, and to learn that all the boundaries I had up that she was crossing, and it was more for her protection because I knew more about her, then I knew more what she could handle and what she couldn't handle. So when she did, and I went over and over trying to block this, and she would do and then I told her, I said, well, I got to a point, I said, well, I'm not going to block you, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to let you, but when I know that you're still doing certain things, after I done talked to you about it, don't expect me to be in no more, because I done been all I can be in. So it's like in the stage where she's, like, she done pan out, like, a lot, but it's certain things that, like, little stuff that she don't know that I still know, and it's more because...
So right now, does she have her cell phone privileges?
And not with me, but she have them with herself when I'm not around. And she still, and that's something that I know, and I'm trying to get her the aspect of the trust thing. It's not so much I care now about the cell phone, it's about that being, obedient. And then I took her cell phone, because of multiple times of the stuff that I, found out she was doing. So it's like now, I don't care. I'm feeling like you don't care nothing about, what I say, how I feel. So if you're not being in the area, then I'm not going to continue to be, and then you navigate and say, like, you can get me over here. I still need for you to do this, Mom, but I'm not willing to do this. And I still have this expectation.
Okay, Mom. Do you see where your mom coming from, or do you understand fully what she's saying? Do you feel like, as far as punishments, do you feel like they're fair punishments? As far as
now I don't really get punishment because she said that I do adult. It's not funny. She said I do adult things, so I got to do my own stuff. So I don't really get punishment now. But the punishment she did give me, no, I didn't like it, but I understand where she was coming from. But then again, she can handle it in a different situation.
In a different way.
In a different way.
Okay. So let's just think about this thing here. So now it's more so where you try a different approach where you're not giving her punishment. You're saying, okay, Ashanti, you're acting like an adult, so I'm gonna treat you like an adult. Is that kind of what you're saying? Pretty
much. I said, well, if you want to be grown, you want to be in charge of making your own decisions as an adult, then that's how I'm gonna treat you as an adult. And if you need to make up your mind whether you want to be a child or you want to be an adult, if you want to be an adult, that's easy. I let you go. If you want to be a child, then I have certain stipulations I have to meet as being a mother and being a mother to a child. But if you,
okay, and so how with that new strategy, how would you say the communication you're able to still, if we're talking about communication and trust, how is that still in effect or effective?
it's really not. It's really not effective, but at the same time, it's kind of been working because she opened up a little bit more. Now that I'm not so trying to pry open, she opened up a little more. She kind of go out of her way silently to prove little stuff without saying, and I see that in her. But she still got, she been doing better. But I just haven't been willing to bend back the other way because it's not about me fighting for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's about her learning how to fight for herself.
So have you guys ever thought about, you Ashanti and you Lisa, thought about try different strategies as far as, you know, wiping the slate clean, we're going to start over, or, you know, doing things together as mom, daughter, so you can...
Well, her doing things is going shopping and go get her nails done while I'm sitting in the chair. But I want us to, you know, get our toes done and
bond
stuff.
and do
you know,
things
bond.
together.
But I can understand where she's coming from because she said she didn't do that when her mom didn't do that when she was growing up. But still, you still need to learn how to do it for your own child.
Okay, so this is where the communication comes in at.
Yeah.
So, you, Ashanti, you know what you would like to do, then you have to communicate to your mom, Lisa, and say, hey, Mom, I know this is what you like doing, but this is something that I feel like we can do, and we can both get something out of it.
I got to rewind it. You remember I used to try to take you to get your nails and toes done. And
Well, wait, hold on, Lisa.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
She
used to. Okay. Let's talk about right now. Just try to kind of stay right here.
Well, the reason why that came with the slate of rewarding her,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all with the for as timing. Because I don't have no problem with it. I love to get my nails done. It ain't nothing, you know. But they came with the timing. Grades fell, and you're not doing this was during the time period. So now I'm really unconcerned about some nails because I'm more concerned about your education and your attitude and other stuff. I'm more concerned. I told her about what's going on in the inside than trying to dress up the outside.
Okay.
Call from Rigia. Call from Rigia.
Okay. So, yeah, what we were saying about the time frame when you were trying to do that, the things that she liked to do, you felt like that was a time where things were really out of sorts, and you were more concerned with
what was going on in the inside of her education. When I saw the not knowing who you are, like it was more deeper in the inside than getting the nails done and the toes done. So I was unwilling to reward on the outside when it was unchanging in the inside.
Okay. So, Ashanti, can you see where your mom is coming from in that aspect in the past? But let's talk about the present right now, since, Mom, you just stated that Ashanti is coming around and you can see how she's trying to prove herself and be more responsible because, Ashanti, you are 16? Okay. So if you're a teenager and you're going to want to do more and have the rope kind of let her, you know, you want your mom to loosen up some. Let you do more things. And I'm sure Mom is looking at it like she wants to be able to trust you and know that you're going to communicate with her before she's willing to do that. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now that things are, like you said, she's starting to come around, what about now as far as doing things together so y'all can start building relationships
I
and
have
communication?
thought about it, but my thing is about school and her grades. But we already talked about this. I have seen
your expectation for this year coming up,
right when she starts school. Like she got the education. I'm telling you, like this.
Okay, let's talk about last year. What did you end up? This is July, so when school let out in June, what were your ending grades like? Give me some numbers, some grades.
Well, she had got my report card. She said it was all F's except one was a C.
Well, I don't know what a 6 to 8 is. What's that? Well, one of them was a
10
6.
point.
But they were 60s, right?
Yeah,
Close.
but they changed the
No, the report card.
It was a 10-point scale now. So a 60 used to be a F, so now
It's a
60
D.
is a D.
It's the same thing.
But listen.
It's still passing though.
Oh my God.
But she thinks
Oh my goodness.
she that type of
Whoa,
person.
whoa, whoa.
She that type of person when it's like it got to be a C is okay, but a B is good and an A is great. Other than that, then no. My thing is if I pass and I'm going on to the next level, then that's good to me. But then again, it's not because I gotta get my GPA up because of what I'm going for and getting good colleges. But then again,
Where Rakeem, the grades did not. I don't even know how she got the 68 something.
it was
I have that went to the teachers, talked to the teachers, and they said it's not that she can't do the work. She said, I'm just going to, like, after the woman got comfortable with me, I was like, I know my child. She said she was just plain out lazy, just want to do what she wanted to do. She had no effort. The kids would get together and try to help her. They were very supportive. She didn't want to kind of be, I guess it wanted enough excitement with some of the girls that was.
Okay, let's go back, Ashanti. I know that you, correct me if I'm wrong, just by gathering some background information from you earlier, you did switch schools. So for a long period of time, you were going to a private school, right? And then your mom switched and tried public school, and then switched you back to a private school. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about that?
my public school year was not that bad. It was not that bad.
Don't look at her. Just tell me how you feel about
Okay, I did
switching
good.
schools.
I had English honors, I had science honors, and then I had my 2 electives. And I did good. My grades was good the first semester. The second semester, the only thing I didn't do good was JRTC, and it was history. I passed history, but JRTC I failed because I didn't.
You didn't dress out this way.
Yeah. So, but it was good. It was just she think that I was mostly being a follower than a leader, and then she saw some signs in me, like because I transferred to a private school to public school.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped, and then she just thought that like I wasn't picking like the right friends and stuff, and I guess she wasn't used to like me being in the school with fights and stuff like that. But if I was going to public school, I'd rather start off in middle school. But you still, either way, what school you go to, you still going to see anything, It's still going to be the same for me. And I like South Central or like public school because it got more classes to offer, like for what I'm going for.
Okay.
So that's why.
So can you say, or do you feel like, as far as, because we all know sitting here in this counseling session that coming from the background information that you're a smart girl and you're a good student. So you're normally an A and B student.
I can be.
So do you feel like the switch from when you had to leave South Central and go back to private school, do you feel like you just stopped working because it was you being rebellious because you didn't want to be in private school?
Well, the private school I went to, I didn't like it at first. If I did go back to a private school, I'd rather go back to my old one, which was Trinity, because I did better than I did last year with the private school I went to.
So this private school that when you left South Central and you went to this private school, it wasn't Trinity, it was a new one.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And so you feel like you were just adjusting all over again?
And we, I did. And, like, I did know some of the stuff, but I did forgot it because I was in 8th grade when I was in private school.
So private school is just, they're moving a little bit faster than public school.
Yeah, and they grade, like, all my classes this year was honors at private school, and I had more classes. I had 7 periods,
Mm-hmm.
and I had classes that I never knew that there could be classes. And it was just ridiculous.
Feel like you were overwhelmed?
Yes.
Did you, and so since we're talking about communication, in the beginning, before things got too out of hand, did you communicate that to your mom? That, hey, Mom, I know that, you didn't want me at South Central because you felt like I was being a follower because of the environment, the public school environment, but you switched me back to private school, and I feel like this is too much for me.
No, because I didn't tell her that because I already knew what she was going to say.
But see, you have to. Do you see what that caused by not telling her that? Go get it out. Get it out.
Even though I do say it, she just gonna do her own thing. Like it's not gonna matter. So I was like, why waste my breath and tell her, how I feel if nothing's gonna change. So that's why most of the time I be quiet and I don't say much.
Okay, let me let Lisa. So Lisa, what do you have to say about that? About her kind of being reluctant to come and tell you, say, "Hey, Mom, this is a lot." Switching back to private school, it's a lot, and I feel overwhelmed.
That's not the whole case of it. Like, some of it, like being reluctant to come back and communicate with me about how she felt.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was, she done got a taste of what she called heaven.
And what do you mean when you say that?
Public school freedom. One time going to somebody else's house from the school, and
I was trying to help her.
No, it doesn't matter. But she did. It just a lot of change I saw in her. She became less interested. Before she talked about what college she was going to, looking up like proactive. Mm-hmm. That's what her conversation was. College, pediatrician. Where was the best college for pediatrician? Like that was her conversation. When she got to South Central, she did pretty good, but she started being disrespectful to a teacher, sarcastic, and that I feel like came from peer pressure. That's not her. And
so you feel like you just saw a lot of acting out.
In the honor, what you call it, the honors class, there was no problems. Mm-hmm. When she got in the elective class, other classes, it's like she had to
fit in?
Yeah. So she didn't do well. And the agreement for it, she said she just wanted the experience private school one time. It used to be because she wanted to ride a bus. So she said, Mom, just please let me experience one time. I agreed to let her go there if she took up JRTC for the training part because it was discipline and, certain things that I knew that she needed. And she did good. She did pretty good, like at South Central for us, her grades, but then she started getting exposed to other stuff that I wasn't used to her doing. And I set rules and boundaries in ninth grade. If you really like a boy, I said she could date if certain expectation there's a big expectation. So she really didn't have no reason to do the things like how she did it because she didn't have those kind of restrictions when she got into high school.
So, Ashanti, your mom just said a lot. So, with all the things that she said, do you agree with her? Or do you feel like, for instance, for example, when she talked about dating and being open with her about dating, do you feel comfortable and feel like that she's going to hold up her end to the bargain, like everything that she just said?
Because I couldn't come to her and talk about it.
But how did you start dating? How did the boy start coming to the house? What was his name? Kieran? How did he start?
Kieran?
Whatever his name that came. Yeah, Keontae.
That was in 8th grade. I'm talking about when we went to public school.
It was not 8th grade.
Yes, it was 8th grade.
When you were going to 9th.
Trinity.
Okay. Well, anyway, my thing with Ashanti, like, how a mother knows their child. The boy that she called self-lifing and stuff, I let the mom come over there to the house and was really using him as an example of how she should be treated, how proper dating was, And I told my grandma, I was like, Shanta really not interested in dating no guys right now. It's more because everybody else got a boyfriend, everybody else doing it more so that she wanted to. So sit back.
So Shanti, when your mom is talking and saying how she knows you in and out, is it more so that you agree with her and on the inside, but you don't want to let her know that you agree with her, that she's right about you, or is it that she's just not right?
Some of it, not all of it.
Okay, all of it. And two, because I once was a teenager, is it because of your mom's personality and she's kind of more strong-willed and it makes you kind of feel smaller and not as comfortable with coming out and saying things?
Yeah.
I can see that winding up at the end, but before the problem, it wasn't like that. I say the communication problem on SB, but she had a lot of room. Like, not a lot of room to do what she want to, but it was more stuff open, but it was just I had boundary perspective. If you do this, you can have a little bit of this. When you get in ninth grade, I open this door. When you get in 10th grade, no, you can't be on the phone. Stuff. I had rules and restrictions. And I pretty much, like, when I say no stuff, I think it was the point. She didn't like to be proved. She didn't like to be proved wrong. That like she didn't like what to be honest. Like if I act like when
don't want to be proved wrong.
Okay, but you had a more of a when you if she was proved wrong and it was like to another extreme because something about getting caught. And she told me, "What did you tell me to do to you when you get caught?" I don't like to get caught when I get caught. And I'm sitting here like, okay. So she didn't like. I was. Go ahead. She said like, I don't understand how you cut me out. I gotta get her.
Let's let her get it out.
Because it was like I can't bring my anger out on her because I know she flipped. So I gotta put it all in me. And when she just keep on me, and I just want to.
And she told me that too. She said, "What you want to choke?" I just wish I could. And then all the other, and I was like, "Try it." That's what you want to do. Just go for it.
But that's communication. So you were able to tell your mom, "Hey, mom, I'm angry. I feel so angry. You make me so mad."
Yeah, but when I try to do it, she don't want to talk. She just want to flip all the time.
So when you want to talk, then she doesn't.
Yeah.
And when I want to talk, who don't talk? And
I don't talk because.
Now let's be real. How many times I got to the kitchen table and sat down to the kitchen table and we talked? And what do you do?
A lot. Because I be
look. Do not say not one word. I like Shanti. Can you answer the question? This is a question. Over and over, Shanti. You need to tell me this and this and that. Have I not did that?
Because Mom, you be catching me at the wrong time.
See, I'm telling you. When I say over and over, like Shanti, I ask her.
When say like if you had a little child and they did something wrong, you put them in timeout. You don't. We
don't do timeout. There was
I'll give you an analogy.
No, go ahead.
Put your phone away, please.
Okay.
Okay. You put them in timeout, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. I tell them what they did and I let them think about what they did and let them calm down, and then they come back and tell me what they did.
So you giving them a chance to get themselves together.
Yeah, she just.
So she don't
I already have a whole lot of stuff in my mind. She just putting a lot more, and that's why all the anger.
Okay, can I ask you this and be honest? Then tell the truth. How many times before I got to that point did I talk to you over and over and explain honestly?
Like twice.
Shanti, please be honest. No, Shanti.
I meant more than.
No, please. Several. How many times? I would talk to her about the same thing, and this like over and over. Like it wasn't once in a while. It wasn't. I mean, like literally over and over, and nothing. Like there was no communication because she wouldn't communicate. And if I came, like when I say Shanti, let's wipe the slate clear, she would tell me what I wanted to hear, but it was never in here. Okay, and. We getting hot. We gotta sit close. No, we gotta sit close. Pull the chair. No, pull the chair up.
Leave her alone, Lisa.
Pull the chair up. But I promise you.
So how would you say? Give an example. How did you know that when she said that to you? How did you know that it wasn't sincere? It wasn't coming from her heart?
I knew it. She did it more so to break the conversation. Like let me
basically give you what you want.
And then when I come, I promise you, it's a thing that. Her time, her turf, and that little spoilness part, it was a lot of that too. But I promise you, when I say over and over, I'm talking like 10 and 20 times, Rakenya, over and over and over. We went to Dr. Stewart, and she was, I said, go ahead and tell her. Right here, I said, she here to help, go ahead and tell her. When she talked to both of us, you know what she said? She said, oh, Mom, where you messed up at is because you keep on doing the over and over and over. In other words, I keep giving her chances, and
That's what our story told you.
yeah, she told me I should have been. I should have nipped it in the bud. She said I give her too many chances, and she said then I put more stress on myself by giving her too many chances, and then pop. And it would be 10s and 20 times before I would do anything. And she had this kind of demeanor, like this sarcastic demeanor, like, you know how that you can see through that child, like you can say what you want to say, but she not saying that. She wasn't verbally disrespectful, but she had that trust, and she had it knowing how to let you know, and like she had it,
like I ain't doing it.
And what she was show, it was in her action more than anything.
So Shanti, with everything that your mom just said, can you say that you were taking advantage of those 10, 20 times that you knew your mom and you knew that you were going to get chance after chance? Okay, so this is all we all communicating. We're getting it out.
Are you telling the truth? Wait, hold up. Wait, are you telling the truth? Yeah. You sure? And when she start doing like that means let's hurry and get this over with. Mm-hmm. But I'm just asking you, telling the truth. Normally when she does that means I'm about to start agreeing with everything because I'm ready to get this over with.
Is she telling the truth, Ashanti?
She said, am I telling the truth?
Mm-hmm. Wait, you got to start. Or you got to open up your mouth. I'm starting to feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. What?
No, she's not telling the truth.
What am I asking you?
I hope you're asking about.
I'm asking about were you taking advantage of all those times because you knew your mom was going to give you chance after chance?
Yes.
Okay. So, where you guys are at now, are you taking things more serious and wanting to actually gain your mom's trust so that everything can be open communication and trust between both of you guys? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to switch things up just a little bit and talk about birth order and how that can affect, relationships with children. Because Lisa, Ashanti is not your only child. You do have other children. Mm-hmm. So since you have other children, you have how many other children?
I have 3 other kids, one in the home.
And Shanti falls in where in the line?
She falls in the 3rd.
So she's the middle child.
Oh, yeah, 3rd child, but always been treated as the only child.
Okay, because basically the oldest 2 were out of the home.
Yes.
So
it was all about Shanti.
It was almost like Shanti was the only child. And then
she was.
You were the only child for how long? How old were you when Chance came in the picture? Because Chance is how old?
She was probably about 7 or 8.
9.
Chance
is 8, 9, 10.
I think I was about 7 or 8. I can't remember.
So can you say that things shifted too then when Chance came?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me how you feel like things shifted.
She just
be open and honest. Tell me how you feel.
She like I can see that some of the stuff that she did to Chance, she didn't do it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Such as?
Like, right now, if his shoe, like the other day, we went to King's Dominion, right? Mm-hmm. And she out here tying up his shoes and rubbing all over him and make sure he okay and stuff. She did not do that to me. They said, my family said, when I used to cry, my mom used to do just like this.
Jonathan, they said you go too far. Hold up. Oh my God.
You did.
Wait. You probably did number 2. I probably did like that same thing what I did with Chance when he was little. No.
So, okay, do you feel like because you were once you were almost like the only child?
Yeah.
And then Chance came along.
Yeah. Like, I'm an affectionate person. She showed her love in a different way. I showed it in a different way. She showed it in a different way because her mom didn't give, she wasn't affectionate.
So it's harder for her.
Yeah, but I'm really affectionate, and my dad is too. So I guess I get it from him.
So affection-wise, you would like for your mom to show you more affection in the way that you like to receive it.
Mm-hmm. Because,
for example, tell me like with hugs.
Yeah, she just pat and okay.
It's not like because when she showed it to me,
it feels like she actually cares. Even though she do say it, and maybe, sometimes I do believe her, but it shows me that she really cares, and that I know that, like she said, that I can always come to her and tell her stuff. Like, that can be one of our communication things,
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. So, how about for an exercise right now? Let's get up, kind of.
I ain't, she never
Let's pull the chairs out so that we get this a little bit room.
You guys, I want my candy.
A little bit of room. So, we're going to do just a quick role play. And Ashanti, you show me, you're going to be your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, you're Ashanti.
Okay.
So you go in and show me how your mom would hug you. Mm-hmm. And is she right?
They won't adjust her with everybody.
Okay.
Laquan, my mom. Well, I didn't even hug my mom, so she.
So she's
and
right
it was straight across the board. Chance, she right about Chance.
But how about earlier when she said that when y'all were just at King's Dominion and you were rubbing on Chance's head and showing him affection? Where did that come from?
Yeah, I've pretty much always been like that, honestly, with Chance, and I think that came because older and mature and certain boundaries.
So even though Shanti's 16 years old, why can't you show that type of affection to her?
Well, it's not that I can't. It was the time frame when it came in, and I think it started at 13, and I didn't want. I say that I didn't want to embrace because all the stuff I was going through. And then when she would come up to me, I didn't take some of it as face value because I wanted it, because when it was displayed, I took it as I see you doing the Chance, and I see how Ontario really was displayed affectionate. In there, he was the only one that was affectionate to Chance. I wasn't.
Ontario's Chance's father.
Yes, he was very affectionate.
At this time, he was living in the home with you guys.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and with Chance, when Chance got older, I probably displayed more affection. Mm-hmm. But Ontario displayed affection. I think that's really what had, like, you know how if you don't see this and you're in the house with your child and there's nothing going on, you had nothing to compare it to. So it was just like, when I was growing up, my mama, she didn't hug, but I didn't feel like I was unloved. So I really couldn't relate when she came up to me. I think it came personally. Now, I might not be right that it came from once Chance was born.
So let's talk about right now. I don't mean to cut you off, but let's talk about right now. Do you feel like right now, present and going on in the future, that you can work on showing Ashanti more affection? If you know deep down, that's something that she yearns and she needs. So now, Ashanti, since we're still in the role play act, I want you to be yourself. Elisa, I want you to be yourself. And I want you to hug your mama the way that you would like to be hugged.
She said you hug me like the way.
Okay.
Like this?
Yes. And maybe a rock.
Yeah, maybe.
A rock. A little bit.
Okay. Well, and since Shanti, you're really affectionate. What about kiss? Would you let your mama kiss you? Is that too much affection?
Yeah, that's too much.
She could.
Yeah. It would be so unreal.
She could have did that like when I was younger. But right now, that's I don't care about it.
You don't care about it, but the hugging.
Because my daddy still did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one thing that's similar. I got my affection from my daddy. Shanti got hers from her daddy, and she got her.
But I don't want you to feel like you can be off the hook because Eric is giving her the affection. Okay.
Yeah, mom.
Because anything, you're her parent as well. So, Lisa, do you feel like starting now and going forth, you can put forth that effort because your daughter communicated that to you and said that's something that she would like from you?
Yeah, yes, I can do it if she keep. I'm serious. Well, I'm being honest. If she keep all this pressure and stuff, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. She come up there in the middle of the thing. She'll come up there real sarcastic because of Chance. Give me a hug.
Mom.
Shanti,
Mom.
do not.
Okay.
Shanti, please be honest.
Okay, Lisa. Okay.
Because she be rubbing it all in my face. Like, how you going to do that to one child and not the other child?
Lisa.
You got to make...
Lisa, you cannot do that.
Yes,
you
and
cannot.
she know what she be doing, too.
No, it was...
Okay, let's be
honest.
honest.
I'm being honest. It was not, like, intentional, like, to hurt you. I promise you. Let me tell you, honestly. It honestly started out when Shanti used to be to Chance. I was not always... Be honest now. Listen, I was not... No, listen. When Chance was born...
Okay, we can have a seat now.
Yeah. When Chance was born, I didn't have to really and felt the need to give him a whole lot of affection. It wasn't in me. I'm more show my love a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I said, his daddy was the one kissing on him, and they kissing each other and stuff like that. Mine came in with Chance because how mean and hateful she used to be to Chance. And then how Chance was picked on. Shanta was like picked on. I started feeling sensitive towards Chance because of things that he was going through. And I looked at Shanta as...
So can I break in and say this? When I just mentioned about how birth order and where Shanta comes in and how things are, with your two oldest kids they're older, so they were out the house. So basically, even though Shanta is technically the middle child, she was raised like the oldest. And then you had Chance, and Chance came in. And because of birth order is effective and important, Shanti felt like she was just pushed to the side, and it was all about Chance. So when you speak of Chance, you felt like she was bullying Chance and being mean to Chance. Did you ever consider her feelings and how she felt because of, hey, it's not about me anymore?
At first, now, honestly, when she first started displaying it, and that when Chance, before he was walking, we used to pinch him and do stuff, and he'd come out hard. It took me about the second time she did it, and I honestly didn't look at it like that. I didn't know what was wrong. I said, this girl just mean, and she just this and that and the other. So then I didn't trust her, around him, like that, and I had to kind of put my foot down about it. But I wasn't when Chance was born and when he was little. I was like the average mom. It wasn't nothing. I became more affectionate with Chance when he got older, like touchy, feely when he got older. And I think that came with my age and maturity. I don't think it like the way that she take, because even like Laquan, he's affectionate just like Shanta. And I did him the same way, like with Pat. And he came up to me, he was like, just one day out of the blue, he was like, pick me up on my feet. He was like, no, I want to hug like this. And he'll come and like take it.
So he
and I never
thought him.
Yeah, and I never even thought, I'm gonna be honest, I never thought nothing about it. Like, I couldn't even relate to tell you the truth how they felt. Like, what? Because I didn't care nothing about nobody hugging on me and stuff more than, don't be touching all on me, So, I think it came with me being older, me being mature, and then Chance being in the home and on a consistent basis more so. He was always there. When I had Shanti, her godparents had her majority of the time when she was coming up. Mm-hmm. So it was like with Chance, I bought him from a baby, and all his little steps with Shanti.
So basically it wasn't anybody to keep and take Chance.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was his daddy, but his Chance was not always there. Shanti, when I had her godparents had her, like, they didn't have her, like, half her, but they had her a lot. And through her baby stages and stuff like that, they kind of took over.
So, Ashanti, do you feel like, kind of tell us how you feel or why you think you did those things to Chance or mistreated Chance?
I don't recall.
Let's be honest. Let's be open.
I don't know.
Do you think it has anything to do with it being all about you and it was just you?
Yeah.
And then he came and you had to share, because at that time it was Ashanti, your mom, and Ontario, right, in the house. Mm-hmm. So you had to share Ontario with Chance and share your mom with Chance, right?
Mm-hmm. And he was affectionate with Shanti, Ontario. He kissed her on the cheek, he hugged her all the time, and I think it won't then become a problem too. It's something clear and say she started being a certain way towards Eric. She started reaching out to Eric more, I think, because how Ontario was, and like listening to conversation, and she would get on the phone with Eric and him driving trucks and his work schedule. He couldn't be there, like she wanted him to at the time. And I think that when she saw affectionate display that Ontario was displaying to her, Chance was getting it, and something started clicking. Like my daddy, why he ain't this? And when she hears Ontario say, "Well, I'm taking him to an appointment," like she heard a lot of stuff that he rose to the occasion when it came to Chance taking him to a doctor appointment, little simple thing. And I think that interfered with, it clicking with her. And then she started reaching out to Eric more, and then with more why, And I think if Chance when it came along, because he always been affectionate with Shanti from always. So she had it, and then she started I think when she was 13, and she started calling Eric more. And, but Dad, can you just do this? And it was more of, then I feel like comparison.
So how do you feel now, Shanti, with you and Chance being in the home and the affection? How does that make you feel right now?
I really don't mind it as I did like before, but
do you not?
You fought in reason for her?
Mm-hmm. Did you not mind it, or did you or do you accept it?
I accept it because now that the stage that me and my mom is on, I feel like the affection it's not there anymore.
So are you saying you gave up on your mom? Did you feel like you just don't feel like you're gonna get it?
I mean, yeah, like she gave up on me, I gave up her type thing. So it was like that.
Is that one of the reasons why you stay here with your grandma a lot?
Yeah, and she worked part time.
Yeah, when she has first started coming staying with my grandma because I could no longer trust her in the house. The boys, the sneaking stuff, saw stuff on the phone when she had a boy in the house, sneaking around. So I could no longer trust her in the house. So I brought her to my grandma house, at least somebody was in the house with her. And that's how she started staying with my grandma.
But now she's working. So I'm here until school starts.
Okay,
so let's talk about now. Since we talked about the issue, we talked about communication, we talked about trust, we talked about showing affection, birth order. Let's talk about now because I think the statement that Ashanti just made about you gave up on her and she gave up on you, I think that speaks volumes, and I think that needs to be addressed. So let's talk about ways that we can kind of rebuild that. Sessions, you can't do it all in one session. So
rebuild. I think that
it's gonna take a lot.
It is because she's gonna have to prove. She gonna have to.
Not just me, Mom.
Hold up. Okay, but you are gonna have to prove that you want this for yourself. I don't feel like at this point that I feel like I did an overkill on both ends for myself. I really did an overkill to the point that I think that the decision to
But let's back up, Lisa. I get what you're saying as far as parenting style, but let's step away from that aspect of it, and let's just focus on the whole entity. When she said you gave up on her and she gave up on you, so let's just start small. Where we're not talking about authority, we're talking about love and affection. So where you give a little to her and she give a little to you, and vice versa. Do you think you guys can build on that? Work on building?
I think it's gonna be pretty easy for us because sometimes we do get along. Like on our good days, we get along. We have fun and all that stuff. But then,
well, with Shanti, the biggest thing, honestly, with the conflict is her attitude. Like I have done things to that quote. Like now, when she said I did, she decided she said to me, "You don't do things that I want to do." So this is in my mind. Like she then wanted to be with her friends and stuff, and she was already displaying certain things that say I can't handle being in this certain type crowd. It wasn't about her, the crowd. It was, but it was more about I can make these kind of decisions. So I'm more concerned about like she wanted to be with her friends and the friends that the type of friends that they were. I wasn't willing to be in, but when I was taking her places to the mall and stuff, she wants to just like, well, sometimes take me to the mall. I want to take her to the mall with me because of what? No, because she would display attitude. Then me, her, and Laquan and Chance went to the beach. She was very standout, had nasty attitude. Laquan would come up. Don't let me call Laquan.
No.
She was very
I didn't have.
She didn't want to.
I just did not want to participate.
Well, she didn't want to participate.
One second. And why? Can you tell us why you didn't want to participate at the beach with your family, your brothers, and your mom?
Because I didn't want to.
But elaborate on that, Shanti. Really be honest and say why you didn't want to. What was going on right then?
I forgot. What
probably because Laquan and Chance both were there.
It was I was mad about something, but it wasn't that.
So it was an issue that you were mad about, and you just brought that issue to the beach. It didn't have anything to do with being with family. Okay.
And she might be right, but I don't think that was the.
I
leave it there alone.
I had an attitude about something, and I forgot. But usually when we go somewhere as a family, I do participate in things, Mom.
Okay. I don't.
You do.
Okay. Right. Are you agreeing or disagreeing, Lisa?
I'm not agreeing. I can give you an example. For her birthday, she wanted a bag and these shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Her daddy went all the way to Raleigh, got the bag and the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is something that she wanted, but because he had the other kids up there.
No, he didn't. It was just us.
Shonda, I got pictures. No. Because he had the other kids up there, he had to turn around. He said,
"Okay,
are you happy?" And what did you tell him?
I said,
all these kids. You were talking about him and his kids. You said all these kids.
You wanted time with just you and your dad. You didn't want to share that with.
She confusing me.
No,
because I don't remember all the.
Listen, he turned
her
around.
saying something
He was driving, and Shonda, he said, "Baby," he said, "Are you even happy?" Here she go back in the back seat with this attitude, and he was like, "Well, are you happy?" And Shonda like,
oh yeah, they did go.
Yeah, they did go. And if I'm not mistaken, Chance with us? It was just 6 kids. I rode up there with them.
Okay, but just not to cut you off, Elisa, but can you kind of feel where she was coming from as far as if that's her birthday? Birthdays aren't big for everybody, but for Shanti, it sounds like birthdays are a big deal, and she wanted that birthday time. She understands her dad has other children, but she wanted that birthday time with her dad on her own, right?
She wanted birthday and other days.
And she's also her dad's first child, right?
No, she's not the first, but
I'm the third.
She's the third.
I'm the third
okay.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So you're the middle child on both sides.
But she was the one that was very close. Him and her had a real...
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap things up for this session, and I thank you guys for your time. I think you did a really good job.